Hello again. I'm Valerie Lawson, Vice Chancellor for Advancement and Alumni Engagement at the University of Virginia's College at Wise. It is my pleasure to introduce Valerie Edwards, a graduating senior at UVA Wise who is sharing her story with us today. Valerie received several important scholarships, including the Alpha Psi Chapter Virginia Iota State Organization Delta Kappa Gamma International Scholarship, the Columbus Phipps Foundation Scholarship, the James R. Greer Memorial Scholarship, the Francis Curry Peak Scholarship in English, and the Letty Pape Whitehead Scholarship. She is a member of the Darden Society, having served as Vice President last year, and is also a member of the Student Virginia Education Association. This spring, she is doing her student teaching at Eastside High School. Valerie?
Hello. When Ms. Lawson asked me to speak at the scholarship luncheon back in February, I was excited, nervous, and I definitely had no clue how to start writing this speech. It seemed like every time I sat down to write, I couldn't put the words on the paper. After weeks of procrastination, the world began to rapidly change around me. News that the coronavirus was spreading rapidly in the U.S. bombarded the world and Wise County. As events escalated, schools closed and important events were postponed or canceled, leaving me feeling heartbroken and defeated. It seemed that everything that I had worked for the past 4 years had been put on hold or canceled. When Ms. Lawson informed me that I would still have the opportunity to share my thoughts and experiences, I finally began, with renewed inspiration, to put pen to paper. I began to realize that throughout this trying time, God is constantly reminding me that I have so many things to be thankful for. I stand before you today to share my gratitude, positivity, and hopefulness. Before I really begin, I would like to give some backstory about my life and my time at UVA Wise. When Ms. Lawson asked me to speak, I was very surprised, as I feel I am unlike many of the previous student speakers. I am not involved in multiple organizations on campus, but I have found what I'm passionate about, and I have stuck with it. I'm an English major with a minor in education. I am passionate about teaching and reaching out to students through literature. I have worked closely with the education department throughout the past 3 years, and I hope that through this I have made a difference in someone's life. So I encourage each of you to find one or two things you are passionate about and completely immerse yourself in the field. This may seem small, but you never know how far your actions will go. Because of UVA Wise, I was able to really invest my time into teaching and focus on what matters most to me in my life. Like many others at UVA Wise, I'm a first-generation college student, and both of my parents are hardworking, blue-collar, good old country folks. My parents have always provided for all of my needs and most of my wants. Growing up, I always knew that not going to college was not an option, because my parents wanted me to have more opportunities than they were afforded. However, I knew that sending me to college would place a financial burden on my family, and because of this, I was determined to help my parents out in any way I could. I did this by working hard and making good grades in high school in hopes that I would receive a scholarship to attend college. My hard work paid off as Mr. Rusty Necessary, former Vice Chancellor of Enrollment, offered me the Chancellor's Scholarship at my high school on-site signing. My parents and I were extremely excited, and since this day, my life has been influenced in many positive ways. This scholarship includes many internal scholarships from UVA Wise, but I won't name them all in fear of leaving someone out. Since then, I have continued to work hard to keep my grades up, and I have been rewarded with many more scholarships. Because of UVA Wise's donors' extreme generosity, I'm able to attend UVA Wise for free, and I will graduate debt-free. So I stand before you today, thanking you for your gracious donations from the bottom of my heart. Your generosity has changed my life and has impacted many other lives like mine. So again, on behalf of all the students at UVA Wise, I offer my sincerest appreciation to you. Secondly, I want to express my appreciation and gratitude to all the professors, faculty, and staff here at UVA Wise. The professors and staff that I have worked closely with in the education and English departments have always helped me in any way they could. Whether I sat in your office for hours talking about nonsense, stopped by for a piece of candy, or sat in your office to ask for help with upcoming assignments, you have made my time at UVA Wise a memorable experience. I truly believe that no other college allows students and professors to develop close relationships like I and many others have been blessed to have and experience. So thank you, UVA Wise, for taking me in, encouraging me, and becoming my home away from home. Lastly, I feel it is important to address the events that are encompassing our world today. Because of COVID-19, our lives have changed dramatically, and I, like many others, am struggling to cope with the idea that my last year in college is not going how I had envisioned. As a college senior and educator, I am struggling with the fact that my first semester as a teacher has ended with the blink of an eye. I may not get the chance to say goodbye to my students at Eastside, and those same students all across Wise County may be facing hunger, bad home lives, and poverty. Throughout this time, I know it is my responsibility to not only practice safe social distancing, but to also help those in need. I challenge each of you to donate to your local food bank, donate blood, or pay for someone's food in the grocery store. Don't dwell on the things we cannot change, but focus on sharing positivity in any way you can. So to all the seniors, high school or college, and spring sports athletes, I know this is a difficult time. This may be the hardest time in your life, but keep your head up. You have been blessed beyond measure. This is not how any of us imagined our senior year, and it is okay to be upset or angry. But do not let this overtake you. Instead, look for something to be thankful for and try to pass on some positivity in this world. Because of this time, we will be better prepared to enter the workforce, and we will be stronger when faced with problems. Life is not always what you plan or expect. Sometimes life throws you a curveball and you have to go out swinging. Find what works, adapt, and move on. And to my fellow educators, I challenge you to do the same. Go out swinging. Embrace technology into your classroom. And don't stop caring for your students just because you can't see them every day. I believe that we can still make a positive difference in our students' lives by embracing technology and constantly sharing positivity and kindness. If we can teach remotely during COVID-19, we can overcome any other teaching obstacle that we will encounter throughout our careers. I want to leave you with a piece of scripture that keeps coming to my mind throughout this time. Psalms 91 verse 2 through 4 says, "He alone is my refuge, my place of safety. He is my God, and I trust him. For he will rescue you from every trap and protect you from deadly disease. He will cover you with his feathers. He will shelter you with his wings. His faithful promises are your armor and protection." Keep your head up and lean on God. He will provide and protect our hearts, mind, and bodies through this difficult time and throughout our lives. This too shall pass, and we will come out stronger because of it.